Well, for more insights into the ongoing wave of defections and the internal crisis rocking opposition parties ahead of the 2027 general elections, I am now joined by Professor Istifanus Zabadi, Professor of Political Science, Bingham University. Glad to have you join me, Prof.
Thanks for having me.
Well, you were just watching that play at one of the strongest, if you like, branches that a good democracy should stand upon is opposition. I mean, without opposition, then you're talking about dictatorship. What do you make an overview, before we start delving into defections and what have you, of the political scene in Nigeria today?
Well, a good democracy should not only have opposition.
Good.
It should, more importantly, have participation, genuine participation by all citizens in the affairs of their country, in the affairs of their political parties as chosen by them. That makes for good democracy. Now, what we have, I'll put it on this premise, what we have had in Nigeria and the defections we are seeing now are the result of state capture. This Nigerian state has been captured by this brand of elite who have actually now become the owners of the enterprise. And they dispense favors to whom they like. So you have the tendency of Godfathers, stakeholders as they call themselves, and so on. And elections, whether to party positions or even nominations, are actually conducted out of the field of play. And then the results are brought and announced to the people. I watched a clip where, one of those involved in this saga was advising the new acting chairman or assuring him that the people, party members, will support him from now on. The question is, who are those party members? He's speaking on behalf of a phantom group of people, because we have a system where individuals and groups are the party at various levels. And so instead of having democracy, that's why you don't have internal democracy in parties. Instead of having that kind of democracy where there's contestation of ideas, even if we're members of the same party, we can disagree on certain things, but fundamentally we carry the ideology and the programs of our party in line with the country's constitution. That has been absent. Political parties, everybody knows now, are platforms of people who are seeking fortune, and they move as they see their chances of actualizing their interests dwindle. So the defections they are seeing have nothing to do with the interests of ordinary Nigerians.
Let's talk about that now. In fact, to many, it's becoming laughable the way it's going on, the defections. Even governors that just have a term to spend are even defecting, and then they're defecting to the ruling party. I'm aware that in the law, National Assembly, if you defect, like it's been done with a Zamfara defector, you should lose your seat, and because the party was voted for, not the individual. How do we stem this tide? How do we correct this seeming anomaly? And then what you talked about, how do we reignite internal democracy, which should be the base from where parties should spring?
Now, I think this is the way to go. One is hoping that these same defectors and what have you will be shocked by the reaction of individual Nigerians.
The electorate.
The electorate. We have seen what has happened in Tanzania, Cameroon next door, where individual citizens are saying, enough of this charade. And this, I hope, will happen. So those governors who have moved ostensibly with their states and the electorate, and some are even announcing 90% votes to in particular direction, that they will be bitterly disappointed if the Independent National Electoral Commission gives us free, credible, and fair elections. That is what I'm hoping will happen, so that the issue now of state capture will be fully exposed, that these people were actually interested in their own interests. Second-term governors, we have seen in this country that governors transit either to the Senate or become ministers. So they're also working out the next phase of political life for themselves. Like I said, it has nothing to do with the people. Indeed, these moves are not principled. We have been playing politics without what we call ideology. What does a person stand for politically? What ideas motivate the person to join a particular party? What ideas do those parties in themselves also espouse to now convince people that their approach to national development is better and that they should support them? No party in this country, as we speak now, has any identifiable ideology. So there's no politics of ideology. In fact, you just have buccaneers and fortune seekers dressed up flamboyantly, and they talk. And because they have control of these resources, they do as they like.
All right.
And the poor citizen suffers
and left
as
money,
we must.
as it were. All right, thank you so much, Prof. Istifanus Zabadi, Professor of Political Science, Bingham University. We'll watch this scene and see how it plays out. We hope that the electorate will speak and say, no, enough of this nonsense, like you referenced Tanzania and some other countries.